Hi, I'm Corey Gerard, and this is a social dividing message. I am here to talk about the ways that they divide many ethnics, races, and nationalities of people by using different tools to do so. So, as we know, there are various religions established for that very reason, even though everybody claims to pray and devote themselves to the same God. And there's no need to get off into specifics regarding various practices which take place in those particular religions, but we know that those religions do not associate with themselves because each religion in itself claims and believes that it is the truest. So those individuals that belong to those religions feel that they are only right and others are wrong. So that is one way that they divide us with regard to using that particular tool to do so, which is religions. Secondly, they divide us by social status regarding incomes by persons. So we have the poor class, we have the middle class, and we have the wealthy class. And we know that poor people mainly associate with other poor people, but all poor people would hope to do much better in life. And we know middle class people mainly associate with other middle class people, and they tend to turn their nose up at other poor people, even if they are family members, because, that's the conditioning for those mindsets to think that they are better than people that they are quote unquote above. So there's certainly divisions there. And we have the wealthy class, which mostly associates with other wealthy people. Because if you are rich like I, then we are on the same page. And we most certainly are amongst an exquisite, select group of persons in society. And rich people tend to frown or look down on middle class and poor people, regardless of how they feel about their circumstance or predicament. So that is most certainly another way that they use that particular to divide people of a variety. Third, they use various social organizations to divide people of ethnics, nationalities, and races. Like, for instance, the Ku Klux Klan, the Aryan Brotherhood, the Nation of Islam, the NAACP, and etc. And we know that, those are the Aryan Brotherhood and the Ku Klux Klan are outwardly racist and sexist organizations that exist to divide persons of darker skin colors. And those other organizations are established to instill enough pride for purposes of uplifting one's self-worth amongst a community of persons. But, many people will feel as though there should be, varieties of social classes, meaning that there should be various nationalities in there, because you can get further with a utopian perspective viewpoint regarding integrating social groups together for purposes of working together and building communities and establishing better lives amongst those. So that is another way that they use that particular method to divide, by establishing a variety of social groups that are separate. And those social groups certainly have their own agendas. And lastly, they most certainly divide societies by establishing secret societies, which are not so secretive anymore. And those variety of societies tend to stick to themselves, and they pride themselves on being the standard of excellence for which many will esteem to be in or be like, if they are so privileged to be amongst those select characters in those groups. And those secretive, non-secretive societies pretty much are individualized too, and they do not socialize with other secretive societies, or not that we know of, but they probably do, because they are pretty much on the same page if they do not allow outsiders into their group. So I just wanted to discuss these methods or tools in which they use to divide society as a whole for purposes and reasons beknown and unbeknown to many of us.